All content is publicly sourced and used under the USA Fair Use and UK Fair Dealing Guidelines. The things I say are strictly my opinion. Good evening, everyone. It's the Bizzy Bee with the formerly royalty. Hope you're all having a great Thursday. It is the 15th of October. The week is almost over. And I want to ask, Smegs, what are you doing down there in the sewer? What's that? Everyone, she said that she's finally found some place that she belongs, and she feels like she fits in. Well, that's all everyone wants, is to belong and to fit in, and I think you found the right place, Smegs. You look right at home there. Someone asked me how many people. No one. Rachel bought all the views, if there were any. Well, I told you all yesterday in the video that I had reached out to Fortune via telephone. They gave me the runaround, so I was told by them, contact the editorial board. All I could get was email addresses. I CC'd everyone whose email address was on that web page. Not one of them responded to me today. It is over 24 hours later, not one response. And I have to say, I believe that to be because the ratings were so gosh darn awful that they don't want to talk about it. Is the dress on Smegs' mirror yet? Excuse me, my voice cracked there. Actually, drum roll please. Sorry about that. Yes, it is on Meghan's mirror. Did you think it wouldn't be? And guess what? It can be yours for the bargain price, reduced from $328 down to $89.95. The exact pattern that she was wearing was not available, but you can get this designer knockoff. Today's royal fact of the day, we're going to discuss William III. Now, the exact date for the beginning of his reign I could not nail down, but it ended on the 8th of March, 1702, started in 1689. Now, this is complicated, and I'm not going to get into all the details about it, but he was not a king in his own right. He was the co-monarch with his wife, Queen Mary II. This is his picture. I love those wigs back then. Signature, coat of arms. William's wife, Mary, should have been the monarch in her own right, and William her mere consort, as she was born royal and he was not. Kind of like Elizabeth II and Philip. Okay. However, William pitched a fit. He threw a royal temper tantrum, hissy fit, whatever you want to call it, and threatened to leave the country if not made co-monarch to reign and rule alongside his wife as king. Mary, fearful of losing her husband, insisted, and Parliament named William and Mary co-monarchs. So that is the story of co-monarch William, co-monarch Mary. For today's episode of As the Stomach Turns, the latest adventures of the Merry Happy Harkles, Smegs recently said something that made her sound like Melania Trump. Now, I thought Smegs didn't like the Trumps, but here she is plagiarizing from them. Let's see, she's got quite a list of impressive plagiarisms, doesn't she? We had Eleanor Roosevelt, Michelle Obama, the suffragette from the 1920s. Gosh, her name slips me. I can't think of it at the moment, but I've discussed Smeg stealing her quote in one of my previous videos. She stole a quote from the doctor on Grey's Anatomy. Oh, okay, and now add Melania Trump to the list. Okay. Smegs, the nothing of nowhere, and First Lady Melania Trump are not often compared to each other. They come from different backgrounds and are part of two different institutions. Of course, they seem to have different political beliefs as well. However, Meghan... excuse me. Oh, that's a bad word. Slap on the wrist, Bee. However, Smegs and Melania might not be so different after all. In fact, Smegs recently said something that was similar to something else Melania once said. Smegs plagiarizing and stealing other people's words? I don't believe it. That has to be wrong. It's so out of character for her. She's such an honest, caring, down-to-earth, sensitive, sweet, gentle soul. Oh, I'm sorry, talking with my hands again. Did I load you all up on enough adjectives there? I could probably do a few more, but I think we'll stop there. Smegs's gushing reviews are making my lunch want to visit again. Smegs said she was the most trolled person in 2019. In honor of National Mental Health Day on the 10th of October, Smegs and her husband, halfwit Harry Harkle, had a chat with the podcast Teenager Therapy. There, the Nothings of Nowhere discussed mental health with the teenage host. And you know, when I think of discussing mental health issues, the first people that come to my mind are Smegs and Harry Harkle. There's no one better qualified because they have a list of mental issues that's longer than both my arms put together. All right. They discussed their mental health issues. Harry talked about the various medications he's taking for his... Oh, I can't... Allegedly. Okay. Smegs talked about the negative press she'd been... Of course she did. She loves talking about that. Every chance she gets, she's talking about how badly she's been treated. Ooh. I'm told that in 2019, I was the most trolled person in the entire world, male or female. There she goes. Okay, let's get one thing straight. Just because you look like an ugly old troll doesn't mean you're the number one troll, Smegs. Get it right. Okay, let's move on because the rest of these two paragraphs here, it's things that I've already said, and you can pause it and read it if you'd like. Besides her talking about unsurvivable, every time I see that word, I just want to gag because there are things that are unsurvivable, and being talked about on the internet is not one. Okay, Melania Trump once claimed she was the most blanked person in the world. Melania became First Lady of the United States in 2016. Now, don't start correcting me. This is their error, not mine. The election was in 2016, but President Trump was not inaugurated till January of 2017, so she did not become First Lady till January of 2017. Anyway, since then, much of her work has been focused on anti-blanking campaigns. In 2018, she launched the anti-blanking initiative Be Best. In an interview with ABC News that same year, she revealed that her status as the most blanked person led her to start the initiative. I could say I'm the most blanked person in the world, she said. Host Tom Yamas then asked, "You're really the most blanked person in the world?" Now, if you're wondering why I'm saying blanked and I scratch these words out, it's because YouTube is so strange about what you can say and what you can't say. I just don't want to take any chances. This led Melania to change her wording. One of them, "If you really see what people are saying about me," she clarified. And then it talks about what we've discussed before, about the president's remarks about how he's not a fan, and Smegs isn't a fan of him, and he wishes Harry luck because he's definitely going to need it. Okay. The next issue I want to discuss, not only has she plagiarized the First Lady Melania Trump, but she has also stolen from her employer, Netflix. Now, I wonder what Netflix's policy is about employee theft, because she has very clearly stolen from them here. I haven't heard anything that they've let her go, so they must not be too strict about their employees stealing from them. Smegs plagiarizes Netflix documentary The Social Dilemma in a speech. The Nothing of Nowhere told an online audience at Fortune's most powerful next-gen summit that she has not been on social media for years as a form of her own self-preservation. You notice she said 4 years, not F-O-U-R, F-O-R, because she didn't want to put an exact number on it, because we can go back and exactly clearly trace when she got rid of the TIG right before she married Harry in 2018, which was about 2.5 years ago. So, very clever, Smegs. She's thinking ahead. Smegs has been accused of plagiarizing Netflix documentary The Social Dilemma following a speech she gave about online addiction. In a speech at Fortune's most powerful next-gen summit, the Nothing of Nowhere likened social media to taking... Oh my, what did I skip? I'm so sorry about that. I mean. Look, to taking... What does that say? They don't have a proofreader at the Daily Star? Okay. She told the online audience there are very few things in the world where you call the person who's engaging with it a user, like illegal substances and social media. We discussed this yesterday. The 49-year-old went on to say she has not been on social media for her own self-preservation and said she has concerns for people who have become obsessed by it. Well, Smegs, I'm sure the people who are obsessed by it take your concerns and then take their other hand and do you know what in it, and neither one of them adds up to very much. Okay, moving on. Oh my. Let me say one thing right here. She says that she doesn't have a social media account. She might not have one in the name of Smegs Harkle, but I would be willing to bet you my next paycheck that she has one in a fake name. Smegs has since been accused of ripping off Netflix documentary The Social Dilemma by social media users who have claimed her words are plagiarism. A user noted statistician Edward Tuft is quoted in the doc to have said, "There are only two industries that call their customers users: illegal substances and software." Another wrote, "Smegs has plagiarized her quotes from The Social Dilemma. Someone clearly watched The Social Dilemma recently," a third said. Wearing a blue and white dress and with her hair tied back, her wig tied back, Smegs said, "I have, for my own self-preservation, not been on social media." You know what? I don't even want to read any more of this because it's just quotes from her Zoom call a couple of days ago for Fortune. You can pause it and read it if you want to, but I can feel my lunch in my stomach trying to make a surprise visit, so no more of her words, please. A few comments from yesterday's video about Smegs calling the kettle black. Once again, they aren't working royals officially, but they are working royals because they keep calling themselves as Duke and Duchess plus Prince. They need all those titles taken away as they cheapen the royals. She can retain her title working girl. I could not agree with you more. She is cheapening the royals. Her speaking out about American politics and still using that title, Duchess of Sussex, it might give Americans the wrong idea that the royal family is butting into American politics, which is not the case at all. It's just Smegs and her half-wit husband who she's leading around by the nose. And one more thing I want to mention. I was watching last night on YouTube an episode of Good Morning Britain, and they were discussing taking the titles. They said that since the day she has married Harry Harkle back in 2018, she has had the title Prince Henry because of her marriage to him. So whether or not she has the title Duchess of Sussex, she has, as long as she's married to Harry Harkle, the title Princess Henry. So take away Duchess of Sussex, she can fall back on Princess Henry. I know I had someone tell me a couple of weeks ago that if they took the title Duchess of Sussex, she would automatically become Princess Henry. But no, she's Princess Henry since the moment of the marriage. So, sorry. It breaks my heart to say it, but it's true. Good day, Bizzy. Is this Smegs' Halloween pick? Smegs doesn't need a Halloween costume. The exterior is scary enough. I am addicted to your videos. Well, girl, you need to call Smegs because she's got the answer for that. She has the answer for everything these days. They are fun and entertaining. Keep them coming. Smegs makes me sick. Oh, me too. And thank you very much for the compliment. I truly appreciate that. Does she have shimmer on her chest, or is it sweat? I think we'll find out in a minute. I'll get into that. She'll say, like a certain so-and-so, she doesn't sweat. She certainly doesn't work up a sweat by toil, that's for sure. Well, she toils away in the bed because she gets paid for that, so I think she does sweat by work. Yeah. Somebody paid her? I thought she paid fortune for the publicity they gave her. Since when is it charity to go on yachts servicing wealthy white men? Charity is a very, very profitable business. My goodness, I'm stumbling on my own words. Sorry, but that little white dot on the shirt ain't placed in the most appropriate spot, LOL. blank much? I immediately thought that when I saw it yesterday. I didn't want to say anything because I thought I might be the only one who's thinking that. I'm glad somebody else noticed. You were so funny. I can't stop laughing when I listen to your post. Thank you very much. I appreciate your kind words. Her choice of wardrobe is disgusting. Couldn't agree more. What have we learned today? Number one, I've learned that Smegma has finally found someplace that she belongs, floating in raw sewage with the rest of the turds. Number two, Fortune didn't respond to my ratings request because the ratings were lower than Sewer Smegs. Number three, Mrs. Harkle was not a working royal. In fact, the only things she has ever worked were a pole and her hiney on a yacht. Number four, Smegosaurus needs no Halloween costume. She can simply show her bare feet, which will supply a sufficient scare. Number five, there was no shimmer or sweat on Smegs's chest. Harry Harkle had blown his love juice on her. Number six, the only place Smeg sweats is in the bed, because that's the only place she does any work. Let me clarify. Number seven, of course someone paid Smegs. Taking people's money is what she does best, apart from stealing people's words. Number eight, Smegma's definition of charity? Getting on her knees to polish a rich old man's rod. And number nine, Smegs's choice... Listen to me today. Smegs's choice of wardrobe is almost as disgusting as what's underneath her wardrobe. Everyone, there are 3 little ladies and 1 gentleman, and if you want to send them treats, toys, or you want to send me love notes, I truly appreciate them. There's the P.O. Box. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm not just blowing smoke up your hiney. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification button, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day and a great evening. Bye-bye.